Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Another perfect example of how the propaganda in the news is perfectly synced with the world of rigged sports. If you don't follow me on Patreon, before the World Series began with the Braves from Atlanta and Houston, I explained why the Braves would win the World Series, which was correct, as we've been every single year that we've done the World Series. Not to mention, we had the Braves as one of 4 teams to win the World Series before the season began. But before it began, I talked about how it was also synced up with the news because you had the Ahmaud Arbery trial about to start, and you had the Kyle Rittenhouse story about to start. And to jog your memory, recall you had the Ahmaud Arbery story out of Georgia. Then you had the George Floyd killing, who was from Houston, like the Astros. Then you were back in Georgia with the Rayshard Brooks shooting, and then you had what happened on 56th Street in Kenosha, Wisconsin, which last year was connected to the NBA season with the Bucks winning, and also Mookie Betts winning the World Series right after that. He led the player protest after the Kenosha incident 42 days after his own birthday. But anyway, we've been pointing out all along how all of these things, news and sports, are synced. But think about this. This year's baseball playoffs, the Braves win when Hank Aaron dies, who began his career in Wisconsin, where the Braves were before they moved to Atlanta, Georgia. So Wisconsin and Georgia. And at the same time the World Series is going on, the trials begin for Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia and Kyle Rittenhouse in Wisconsin. And of course, the first baseball playoff for Atlanta was against Milwaukee. Milwaukee not far from Kenosha. Again, Hank Aaron began with the Milwaukee Braves, finished with the Atlanta Braves. And by the way, the day the Braves won the World Series was the same day the Braves let go of Hank Aaron in 1974, November 2nd. But look at this. Look at this. In Gematria, Kyle Rittenhouse equals 72, like Kenosha, Wisconsin. And he's a big Trump guy, right? And remember, Biden, when he was campaigning, he went to Kenosha as soon as it happened to try to, go against Trump and say, see, because of Trump's divisiveness, things like this are happening. But President Trump, President Biden, what they have in common besides their 72 name Gematria is they're both part of the Jesuit order, which is all about 72. Jesuit Order 72. And then with regards to Ahmaud Arbery, again, Gematria is based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. Ahmaud Arbery's 54 and 72 forwards and backwards. The Kenosha shooting happened on the corner of 56th Street. The formal title of the Jesuits is Society of Jesus, which is 56, like Black Lives Matter. Henry Aaron equals 56 from his death to the playoff series beginning between Georgia and Wisconsin was 263 days later, the 56th prime. Bucks equals 56. They won the NBA Finals after this, after the Bucks protested the NBA after the Kenosha shooting. And here's the thing. If you just use Ahmaud Arbery with just the alphabetic order without numerology, his name equals 117, like how this was the 117th World Series, right? It really couldn't be any more obvious. And again, news and sports always sync together. If you doubt it, again, I guess it's too bad you're not the ones winning the free money. And I pointed all this out before the playoffs even began, before the World Series even began, before the season even began. You saw Kyle Rittenhouse's testimony today. I mean, if that had any impact on you, I guess you're taken easily by bad acting. And realize why they do this. These are psychological operations to divide the nation. Turn on Fox News. On there, Kyle Rittenhouse is a patriot who saw chaos in the streets of Wisconsin and took it upon himself as a young man to go there and try and stop the chaos armed with his rifle. That's the Fox News coverage. This is a young patriot doing what more Americans should have done to stop an angry mob destroying a city. That's the Fox News coverage. Turn on CNN. This was a young man with a troubled history who went to where chaos was, looking to add to the chaos. He probably wanted to shoot people. He was a Trump guy. These people over there were not Trump people. Again, you guys, this is the show This is how they have people take sides, and this is how they keep people divided with the nonstop, contrived programming. So, again, the whole thing, you guys, is contrived. Every last inch of it. Every year it's the same way. News and sports are synced. Been proving this for a long time. Again, USA Today wrote their article about me January of 2016 for showing what the Super Bowl was going to be and who the MVP was going to be in October of that season, which I was dead on about. And back then, showing how news and sports were all rigged together. And back then, it was all about the Black Lives Matter rituals as well. Again, the Rittenhouse shooting on the corner of 56th. Black Lives Matter 56, Society of Jesus 56. They just painted Black Lives Matter in the streets of D.C. on June 5th, 5-6. On 16th Street, to remind you of the 16th Street Baptist church bombing, which reminds how the Jesuits were created in the 16th century. And they've been dividing people among religion, nation, race, politics, sports team ever since. So we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. Until next time.